Hi, I'm Rick.
I'm Sharon.
And we are Cargo On.
Cargo Conversion Building Camp. We feature camper tours, interviews with builders, campground reviews, and camping tips. If that's your cup of tea, then please subscribe. So it is December and we're not doing too much camping. Did put together a couple of compilation videos. So
when we're inactive like this, I like to think of it as being our planning stages again.
it kind of is too.
At least there's been some discussion about some possibilities for our travels for 2022. A little concerned. I've been hearing people on some of the YouTube videos that are, as of last September, are already planning their 2022 travels because they claim that it's going to be really tough to get into the more desirable locations to find campsites. So we shall see.
I'm a little concerned too. I mean, I haven't been to any of the national parks. We are thinking about heading out west. I'm not a big fan of crowds. And from what I see, a lot of these national parks, I've seen people that can't even find parking spots in there. So,
and now we're also looking at the possibility that gasoline prices are going to be very prohibitive coming into next year and into the spring.
Well, we were still talking about a little van build, which...
Yeah, but even with that, I mean, my van doesn't get that much, that great of gas mileage when it's not pulling the trailer. We've even briefly talked about the idea of doing a cross-country trip using Sharon's car and just tent camping the entire time.
You talked about that.
Yeah, well, I talked about it to her. So, I mean, her car gets practically double the gas mileage that my van would. So when you're looking at the fact that we'd probably spend about $1,500 or more on gas to do a cross-country trip and back.
We have a lot of planning to do. I'll tell you what we would like your feedback on. Now, neither one of us have been, well, no, you've been to Colorado. Is that out west?
Well, it's, farther west than central.
I don't even know where out west starts. From New Jersey, anything is out west. You move to the right, it's out left.
I guess different people probably think of it differently, but the way I look at it, I've lived in Kansas City, Missouri for 2 years, and that is pretty much, they call that the heartland because it's
Tornado Alley, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's also almost the geographic dead center of the country. So I've always thought about taking the country and like dividing it into thirds. The right-hand third would be the east, the middle third is the central U.S., and the western third is the west. So that's the way I look at it. Colorado is kind of, at least in my mind, and I could be wrong because I don't have a map in front of me.
Well,
Colorado is kind of right on the verge between the western central and the eastern western portion of the U.S.
And I'm not great at geography. So I kind of say out west and I think they're all right next to each other, and I don't believe they really are. So I'm thinking from New Jersey, we're heading out, going up to like the Utah, Montana, that area.
Yeah, which is pretty much, that's like north central.
Coming back down would maybe be Colorado. And I also want to do a lot of traveling. There's parts of Florida. I love certain parts of Florida. We're going to do a lot of traveling. We just got to sit down and plan this. And we've really been taken out of our just planning mode because we've been busy with life. So if you have any tips on how to plan a trip out west, that's a huge trip for us. I know Chris just did it. So Chris may be able to give us some insight. There's different routes, different ways to go, things to see, places that are a must-see, places that, like I said, I'm not crazy about huge national parks where there's thousands and thousands of people in there. I don't need to camp in a place like that. I would prefer to camp where there's less people. But I know these national parks probably got a ton of people, but you probably don't have to camp at that national park. You can...
Well, there are statistics available that you can look these destinations up and find what are the peak and the off-peak seasons to go to as well. So
anything like that, of course, you know, we are talking about this trip in our minds. My grandson graduates from college with his bachelor's in social work, like his grandma, in May. So I figure we're not going to be going till probably the first or second week in June, I would say. Any tips, advice, I would love to hear it. Please put it in the feedback. We're real happy with how the YouTube channel did this year, most of the time. Okay, I'll tell you when I'm not. Well, I'm not patient, so, you know, when we put up a video, we're lucky if we get, you know, 1,000 views in a week, and then I look at some of the people who've been doing this for a while, and they get 1,000 views in 2 hours. I'm like, wow. And I know some of it is just because, you know, they have hundreds of thousands of subscribers and we don't. But it's just frustrating sometimes when they do a very similar video like RV gifts, and they've got thousands of views and we have like 300 at most. You know, we're continuing with the YouTube. We're continuing with the tours. I know you guys love the tours, but they're not easy to get. If we're not camping, we're not finding them. I found some on virtually. So we're working on all this behind the scenes. I also have 2 other YouTube channels. One is a meditation channel. If you guys want to get into yoga or relax, I'll put a link for it up here. It's really just relaxing music. Here's a snippet or an example of some of the videos I put together. There are various lengths. Could be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, even up to an hour. So I thought I'd put it on here and let you check it out. I had a web page made. I used to love to write when I was younger. So this is called seenagersnow.com. And what I'm going to do is link under that the travel channel, which will be the Cargo One, the health and wellness that can feed into meditation channel, which I call virtual mood persuasion. And there's just the general senior one, which is called seenagersnow.com. So I most definitely would love it and appreciate it if you would support me in both my blog and my other YouTube channels. So the demographics of our channel is most of us are over age, 55 or so. I'm blogging about the travel stuff, which would correlate with the YouTube channel Cargo On. I'm also going to be blogging about health and wellness, and some of that will correlate to the relaxing videos that I put on a channel called Virtual Mood Persuasion. The last blog is just going to be general senior articles, and I did create a YouTube page. I don't know what I'll be putting in there. Maybe I'll go live sometimes in there. I'm still working on that. I haven't really put a lot into that YouTube page. Most of my emphasis goes into the Cargo On as far as the YouTube page. So anyway, there will be one blog for seenagersnow.com with 3 categories: travel, health and wellness, and general senior stuff, and that will link into 3 separate YouTube channels: Cargo On, Virtual Mood Persuasion, and the last one is just called Seenagers Now, and that's for the general senior stuff. So again, I would love your support, so check it out. Thank you. So I've been extremely busy behind the scenes. So coming up at the end of the year, I don't think we're going to have any trips, like I said, unless we squeeze one into the Pine Barrens. I did put together a funny video of some of what I think is humorous and a couple outtakes. The videos that did really well was talking about what to look for in a cargo trailer. So we're probably going to be trying to do, especially in the off season when we're not camping, more like how to just, talking videos like that. So there'll probably be more of those coming up.
We're also considering taking since our trailer is relatively small and it's not that big of a hassle to haul it, we recently had some conversations. We're talking about, using it for some day trips. Sharon keeps talking about tailgating.
The Eagles!
But I'm talking like going to wildlife management area where they have shooting ranges and taking the trailer along to use it to put the clay pigeon thrower and the shotguns in. And,
we can do that. You just have to do the door so we can get to the trailer. Then
we have the trailer there. We want to take a break. We go sit in the trailer, fix our lunch in the trailer, and have lunch. Still got it.
We're going to continue to make videos, continue to tell your friends, about us, and spread the word, and hopefully we can grow. We don't want to get too big too fast. I don't know that we need to worry about that. But I want to make sure to say thank you to everyone. I put up the Thanksgiving video. I wanted to make that a compilation of everyone who really had been on this channel this year. We had a lot of fun. We really, really did. By the way, this picture is in Key West. It's the sun setting in Mallory Square in Key West. Beautiful, beautiful place. We took that trip in March. So as the sun sets on 2021, we wish everyone a happy new year, a safe new year, and we will be back in 2022 with some more videos. Thanks for a great year, everyone. I'm going to lead us out with my favorite montage that I've done all year. Enjoy, everyone. That's a wrap, everyone. You know what to do if you like this video.
You all come back now, you hear?